Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Senior night here at Antimarino Stadium. Boys lacrosse on the horizon. The Seton LaSalle Rebels coming to take on your Gateway Gators in a matchup of teams looking for their first victory of the season. One team will get off the proverbial schneid tonight here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Hi, everyone. Vince Russo back on the broadcast with you here for some boys lacrosse. Our talented crew of Adam Gusky, Lee Schaefer III, Lee Schaefer Jr. bringing you today's action here from a sunny, beautiful Antimarino Stadium in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. The last time we had a game, it was a torrential downpour. Looks like the skies will remain clear here in western Pennsylvania tonight. Still temps in the high 60s, just a little bit of a breeze rolling through. Feels nice. We got just a little bit of sunshine left before we bid adieu to the sun and have the lights on here at Antimarino Stadium for this matchup on senior night. Gators seniors were honored about a half hour ago before the teams got limbered up and ready for this matchup here. Seton LaSalle in their road green uniforms with gold numbers and trim. Rebels on the front, white helmets. Gators white uniforms, tops and bottoms, black trim and numerals, and black helmets with gold Gators on the side. And they will move left to right, defense to offense tonight in the first half. 12 minutes on the clock, 4 quarters to play here tonight, and two teams looking to find their footing as the season goes on here. A matchup of two teams looking for their first win here in 3A boys lacrosse. And we are about ready to get underway. Princeton White, the usual suspect in the face-off circle for the Gators, has been great there this season. Going to look to pick up where he left off. One of the seniors on this roster going to head to Bethany College this fall to play lacrosse. So congratulations to Princeton on all he's done for the Gateway Gators lacrosse program. One of many seniors that were honored tonight. Gators will start with the ball first here. Asher Austin, another senior for the Gators, takes the hit. Ball jarred loose. Both teams in the mix for it. Princeton White falls. Rebels able to come up with it. In net for Seton LaSalle tonight, Santino Laporte, a 5'6" senior. And on the other side, no save needed there by the Gators netminder, number 22, Brian Keener, a 5'11" junior in goal. Shot off the mark there was taken by Jordan Tanner, senior midfielder. And we'll resume play with the Rebels still on the offensive possession. Player losing their footing there, that was Maurizio Asturi, a 5'9" sophomore midfielder and attacker. Rebels will go behind the net. Quick wraparound shot. That one hits the side of the net. Again, no save needed there by Keener as Will Lyons, the sophomore, unable to get that one on goal. Keener able to pick it up. He's hounded. That ball is loose, and now we're going to get a call here. And a timeout called here in the early going by the Gators. Their head man, Dan Alexander, wanting to talk things over here. Less than 90 seconds into this one. Andrew Hamer, the coach for Seton LaSalle. As you saw from our graphic at the start, both these teams looking for win number 1 this season. It's right there, a very close opportunity off the side of the net. Lions unable to get that one to go. Both of these teams represent Section 1 in 3A. Seton LaSalle 0-6 in the section. The Gators 0-7 on the overall season. 0-8 for Seton LaSalle, 0-9 for the Gators, who come into this one averaging 2.3 goals per game and allowing 17.6 per game. So another tough campaign for the Gators thus far. For Seton LaSalle, 5 goals per game on the season. They give up about 13.6 So their numbers looking marginally better, though neither team has been able to secure a win up to this point. Right now the class of Section 1 Peters Township with an unblemished 7-0 record, sitting at 9-2 overall on the season. Right behind them, South Fayette at 6-1, and Bethel Park at 7-2, and Penn Trafford at 5-2 in Section 1, while Hampton at 8-0 leads Mars, who's 6-1, and Swickley Academy at 6-1 in Section 2. Rebels with the ball here again, still looking to open the scoring here on the road against the Gators. Both teams sort of feeling each other out here in the early going. Shot from about 10 to 12 yards away. Gators did a good job keeping everything sort of pushed to the perimeter there. Reed Davis in particular, a good job in the middle to prevent any real legitimate scoring chance for the Rebels. Doing most of the legwork right now, Benedict Molesky, a junior midfielder for Seton LaSalle. Good defensive rotations here by the Gators. A little shove there to take away that avenue to the goalkeeper, Elijah Michelle. Very nice play inside by the 5'11 junior midfielder. Quick spin, shot. That one, not a whole lot on it. Gators are able to corral that one. A good job taking that one off of the turf was Saeed Ibrahim. Ball still loose. Shot inside. That one didn't get through. It was a quick pull there by Jacob Hixon, a senior for the Rebels. Good defense trying to jar that ball loose there. As a Lisher. Ilkomov. Another senior for the Gators in the action tonight. Shot handled by Keener. The save is made. And the Gators now with a chance to try and get possession, make something happen here. Ball still loose. A couple big hits around the 35-yard line. Ball still on the turf. All kind of sticks and feet sort of trying to jockey for position there to try and come away with possession here. And we're going to get a whistle. Call is green ball. Seton LaSalle will get possession back here after neither team really able to pick that one up off the turf. And then a shot bounces off of Keener and falls behind him for a goal. That one scored by Liam McKinney, a 5'11 junior. A little selly there. And the Rebels take an early 1-0 lead. 7:56 left to play in the first quarter. Gators and Princeton White come up with a face-off win. Well, that ball will trail out of bounds. Neither player in the vicinity able to pick that up, which included Will McGee. Rebels back on the attack here with the early 1-0 lead. Nice feed inside, but the Rebels unable to handle that one. Now it is corralled, circling around back behind the net. Paul Farnan had it for a minute, able to get it into the wicket of Will Lyons, who took a shot early in the contest, but wasn't able to really put it on net, hit the side of the net. Quick shot, and again, same thing from Lyons. It's the side of the net. No need for a save there from Brian Keener in goal. Ball is loose. It just seems like the Rebels are just a touch quicker on getting those loose balls, and that's led to them having the lion's share of the possession here early in this one. Off the post. Very nearly a goal. That one knocked away by the netminder's best friend. A little bit of iron there as you heard that one out. Flag comes out. A player lost their stick, and then it looked like the stick was then taken away by another player. As another goal here for the Rebels. That one finds the back of the net courtesy of Farnan, number 8. You see the end of the shot there, and Keener just a little bit behind that one. And now we'll wait for the call that drew the flag out. So an unsportsmanlike call goes against the Gators and Ryan Cruz, the 5'8" senior. The goal negates any odd man opportunity for the Rebels, so we'll stay at even strength and head back to the face-off dot, with the Rebels holding now a 2-0 early lead here, just about halfway through the first quarter here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. White, once again, able to get that moving toward the offensive side of the field. Got the better of that one against Adam McKinney, the junior for the Rebels. A couple players take a tumble around midfield, and the Gators are the ones that come up with the ball. Reed Davis leaves it off for McGee. Now Princeton White with it, and he'll set things up here for the Gators offense, looking for their first goal of the contest and even just sort of first shot on net. They've not really possessed the ball in any meaningful way, and right there they almost had an opportunity, losing the ball and then his stick. It's Torin Rhea. So the Rebels will capitalize on that Gators miscue. Looked like for a second Rhea was going to have a clear avenue to the netminder for the Rebels. Instead, lost the ball on the way in and then lost his stick. Gators come up with a big defensive play, and then a player's dumped. That's going to be a foul against Seton LaSalle. Guilty culprit there, Jeremy Rose. After Gavin Matthews was able to track down the ball. And so it'll be Matthews getting things started here for the Gators, who head back on the offensive, trying to cut this Rebels lead in half. Nice pass inside, and it's Torin Rhea finding the back of the net, and he does just that, takes that lead from 2 down to 1 for the Rebels. The Gators are on the board. Rhea all by his lonesome. Went low and just able to get that around the legs of Santino Laporte. Gators have a little bit of life now. Certainly played well defensively to start, including a couple of key saves by Brian Keener in net. They've been able to transition that into a couple offensive opportunities, including their first shot on net, which is good for a goal. Rebels looking to answer after conceding the first goal to the Gators in this contest. Shot well off the mark. Possession will stay with the team in green. And a goal. Sharp angle shot. That one a thing of beauty. And that one put home by number 13, Maurizio Asturi. Just a freshman. Finding the back of the net here in a competitive game. Not quite under the lights just yet. The lights have come on. We still got some sunshine for the next half hour or so.
Maurizio Asturi.
Looks like those lights are starting to produce a little bit of light there. Certainly a little harder to tell when you got a whole lot of sun behind it, but we will not complain about that, as it really is a beautiful evening here for senior night for these Gators. What a treat a win would be, their first of the season, but they have their work cut out for them here in a competitive game in the first quarter. Down a pair. Now we've got a call on the field on an injured player down in a lot of pain. The training squad comes out quickly to look at James Howard Al-Amin. So play stops with 4 minutes left as they tend to James Howard Al-Amin, 5'11" senior. Luckily, young man up on his feet, walking off without any assistance. Hopefully just shaking up a little bit, stretching out the upper extremities. We'll see if he returns to game action here. The clock stopped with exactly 4 minutes left in our opening quarter in a 3-1 game with Seton LaSalle on top. Back at it here. Rebels with a quick shot. Keener with a nice save. Able to go low with the stick to block that one away. The Rebels still with possession here. Waning moments of what's been an entertaining first quarter, and now another easy look and an easy goal for the Rebels as Will Lyons, off the mark a couple times in the early going, finds the back of the net this time. Right there. A little hesitation at the end and then just went left of the legs of Keener to find the back of the net. And the lead is now a game-high 3 for the Rebels.
Will Lyons on that goal. That makes it 4-1. Ladies and gentlemen, the refreshment stand is open for business. They have hot dogs, walking tacos, snacks, assorted drinks, and desserts. Thank you for supporting.
Another strong face-off win for Princeton White. Can the Gators get a response? Claw back within 2 before the end of this break. They'll get a great opportunity here. And they'll do exactly that. And Torin Rhea. Both goals for the Gators here in the early going. That one very similar to the first. Got the ball behind the net. You'll see here just a nice move inside. Able to keep that ball in the wicket. Hesitated. Finishes top shelf. And the Gators do pull back within 2. And their conversion rate on some of these opportunities, they've not gotten nearly as many shots toward the net as Seton LaSalle has, but conversion rate much higher. As Ray, a perfect 2 for 2. He's had 2 golden opportunities tonight. He has not missed either time. And that has kept the Gators competitive in this one. Now can they get on a bit of a run of their own here? Big hit. Player dumped to the turf. That's going to be a foul against the Gators. Laying the boom on that one was Gavin Matthews, dishing it out on Benedict Molesky, excuse me. Gators back on the defensive. Strong play there with the stick from Ryan Cruz. Shot, another one off the iron. That's the second time tonight. One off the crossbar earlier, that time off of the goalpost to the left of Keener. Gators catch a break. And again, the netminder's best friend, the iron, able to step in there with the assist on the save. Shot in close. That one looked like it was blocked before it got to Keener. Strong play by the Gators. Now a chance to get it to Matthews. And he's offside. Just a little overzealous there. Creeping up past that 50-yard line. A couple boo birds come out from the crowd here tonight on senior night for the Gators. Nice move inside, and Keener unable to catch that one. So the hard shot there by Maurizio Asturi, able to find its way through Keener. It's a really nice move there to avoid contact. And then that one, it's going to be one that Keener wants back. That one just sort of dribbled in after he got most of it. Gators the other way. Quick shot off the mark. The Rebels race to the boundary to ensure they'll get possession. So it's one shot and done for the Gators. That one taken by Reed Davis. Right idea, the execution just not fully there. So not a shot on net. Well, this one intercepted. Nice play here. The Gators coming with a full head of steam. It's Colin Ireland. Haven't called his name much tonight, but Ireland certainly someone that can make plays for this Gators club. Matthews has his pocket picked in close. And the Gators come up with another turnover. On goaltender interference called behind the play, so that will negate the turnover generated there by the Gators and Reed Davis. Good to see back into the contest for the Gators. James Howard Al-Amin, after getting shaken up at the 4-minute mark of the first quarter, just a few minutes later of game action, back into the contest. Another senior for this Gators club. Ball jarred loose, was in possession of Jeremy Rose. One minute left to play here in the first quarter. A couple goals in the early going for the Gators, who only average about 2.5 goals per game. They've already got a couple in this one, so the offense has been there. Defensively, they've kept themselves in the peripheral, but can they get enough on the board? Looking for their first win. Seton LaSalle looking for the same. These two teams 0-17 combined. Physical play there, a couple hits, but Adam McKinney able to brush both of those off, and then a couple players get tied up and head to the turf. This game has definitely gotten more physical as the quarter has gone on. Now just a clearing pass here in the dying moments of this first quarter, down to 7 seconds. Can either team generate any sort of shot? Does not appear so, and so that will be where we leave it after one. Seton LaSalle up 5-2 on top of the Gators here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. take in some of the sights and sounds of a beautiful evening here in western Pennsylvania as we take a deep breath and get ready for us to resume action here in about a minute and a half here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Hard to believe we're already careening toward May. So spring sports already in full swing. Take a look at some of the upcoming broadcasts here. Not a whole lot left. We got boys volleyball next week against Plum. And then it'll be commencement on June 3rd. Our crew will be bringing you all of the festivities around graduation 2026. So keep your eyes peeled. GatewayGatorProductions.com for all the details. 5-2 our score after one. Both goals for the Gators coming from number 23, Torin Rhea. So it's a junior notching both of the goals here on senior night in the first quarter. And there's a look at goal number one. And a nice little move, little swim move there. Top cheddar, second goal. Pulled the Gators within two. Seton LaSalle added one more before the end of the quarter. So their lead is 3. Let's see the tippy top of a couple buildings downtown Pittsburgh. A couple of our crew members made the trek down to the North Shore to take in the NFL draft festivities. All involved had a good time. Certainly had, for the first couple days, some great weather for that as well. It's supposed to get a little chilly as this week goes on, but really ended up being a beautiful evening tonight. A stark contrast from, like we said, the last time we called one of these games, it was an absolute monsoon. Rain came down early and often. Infraction on Seton LaSalle in the face-off circle, so the Gators will get the benefit of having the ball here first. And it's Colin Ireland. Left it off for a teammate, but unable to keep a hold of that one was Asher Austin. Oh, block shot, and that one looked like it hurt. That one taken up high, and another injured Gator. And it is Saeed Ibrahim. Took that one right off the dome. Now a flag comes out. This one could be against the Gators. Depending on how this play shakes out, could be an odd man opportunity for Seton LaSalle. Last time a flag came out, they scored before the penalty was called. That one nearly dribbled in past Keener. Now it's a turn and a quick shot. That one hit the side of the net. The Gators scoop it up, and play will come to a stop after the delayed penalty call. We'll get it from our officials here at midfield. So it is a slashing call against the aforementioned Torin Rhea, who has both goals for the Gators. He will have to sit for a minute. So the Gators will be down a player defensively here. Just a minute into the second quarter. And it's a quick goal. One pass, one shot, and Maurizio Asturi finds the back of the net from about 15 yards out. And the lead is now a game-high 4 for the Rebels, and the Gators have their work cut out for them here early in the second to try and keep pace, keep this competitive on senior night. Rebels with it again. They'll go right back on the offensive, although the first pass off the mark. They'll eventually get back to it. Scooping that one up off of the turf is Jordan Tanner, senior midfielder for the Rebels. Rebels in no rush here. Pace has slowed down considerably. Going to use a little bit of clock here up 4. Waiting to see if they can lull this Gators defense to sleep to find the shot they want. Just continuing to move it counterclockwise around their rotation. Ball's still loose. Keener couldn't come up with it. Was right in front of the net. Now we get a call against Seton LaSalle. That one's going to be against Jacob Hixon. So the Gators dodge a bullet with that ball loose in front of their own net. Now Keener going to give this one a launch. It's intercepted quickly. Keener had to get back in net quickly, but all for naught is streaming down the middle. No one stopping him is Jordan Tanner. An easy goal for Tanner. And the lead is now 7-2 for the Rebels. Three unanswered goals for Seton LaSalle after Torin Rhea made it 4-2.
Number 14, Jordan Tanner.
Gators 2 goals made it 2-1 and then 4-2. Seton LaSalle starting to take over here. What kind of response do the Gators have? Another great job by Princeton White, as we mentioned earlier. He's the go-to guy in the face-off circle. But an illegal screen by the Gators. And Reed Davis will give the ball right back to the Rebels, who very nearly score and then do.
Goal. Rebels.
Jacob Hixon. Have another look. That one hit the iron for the third time, and then I believe that might have even went in off the Gators. Number 2, Ryan Cruz. Certainly was beside himself to see that one go in. And so another quick goal pushes the lead to a half a dozen for Seton LaSalle. Now it's gut check time for the Gators. Try and make this one a game. Still a lot of time left in this second quarter. 3 goals in as many minutes for Seton LaSalle. Again, the Rebels taking their time here. That ball jarred loose, though. A big-time play coming in at the last second to try and prevent that goal. That was a play made by Treshon Little. However, there is a flag, and we're going to get a call now. It might be against Little. That play might have been a penalty. Saved the Gators a goal. So another slashing call against the Gators and Little. Little was left in a precarious position with a player streaming toward the net. Just did whatever he could to try and prevent a one-on-one situation between the ball carrier and the netminder, Brian Keener. Another quick shot there by Maurizio Asturi. He scored on the last man advantage from pretty much that exact same spot. Tried to go 2 for 2, but couldn't get that one to go. It takes just another moment as Paul Farnan gets in on the action, finds the back of the net, and now makes it 9-2. And the Gators reeling here a bit in this second quarter, where they've been outscored 4-0, giving up 1 goal per minute. Clock stops with still 8 minutes left on the board before halftime. So still, if you're thinking glass half full, Gators still have a ton of time here. They've shown the ability to get the ball down the field and into the hands and into the wickets of some of their better players like Torin Rhea. Can they do that more consistently to try and generate more opportunities? They've made the most of the few opportunities they have had. There's another goal scored here, and Seton LaSalle really starting to take this game over and finding their rhythm. Will Lyons, who didn't have the touch in the early going, now scores his second goal. So the sophomore with a pair looking for a hat trick in this one. 12 seconds between these last 2 goals, and the Rebels now into double figures. Princeton White able to win another face-off. Carried that into Gavin Matthews. Matthews just trying to bully his way in. He does, and he scores.
Gavin Matthews.
A force to be reckoned with, Gavin Matthews. Boom, little shoulder there, a spinorama, and the finish inside. Little Selly afterwards with the hands outstretched. And a timeout is called. Let's see which team called it if we can, and we'll catch our breath here with an onslaught of goals here to start this second quarter. Still 7.5 minutes until halftime. One more look at the goal by Matthews. So now the question is, can the Gators keep this momentum rolling and create a little bit of a run here? Team with 1 timeout. We just heard word from down on the field. Seton LaSalle came into this contest averaging just 4 goals a game in section contests, 10 here in the first half. They were not quite ready, needed another player out there in Mason Foster. Now they're set. And it's McKinney and White. And again, White able to set the Gators up. And his prowess in the faceoff circle leads to an easy run to the goal by Reed Davis. And the Gators, when they've gotten in close, they have taken advantage, and they have not missed a whole heck of a lot. And right there, Davis, just a quick little bounce on that shot, able to find the back of the net, and the Gators back within half a dozen here. And 2 goals in very quick succession. 2 goals in about 25 seconds or so. As you see right there, a celebration at the end by Davis, and the Gators putting a little offense together here, almost doubling their season average output here in just the first half alone. The call is that White was out early. It'll be green ball. Another stoppage here in a second quarter that feels like it's already been going for at least a half hour or so. We still got 7 minutes of game action before halftime. Quick pass inside. A nice feed there. Going from number 14, Jordan Tanner, over to number 8, Paul Farnan. Both have registered shots on goal and goals in this contest. Well, that shot blocked before it got to the netminder, Brian Keener. However, the possession will stay with the Rebels here. Hanging on to that 6-goal lead, which was 8 just a couple minutes ago, but a couple quick goals by the Gators. And a nice save in close by Brian Keener, but that one thrown away as Treshon Little unable to come up with it. That ball still loose inside. Can the Gators clear it? For a moment, it was in the wicket of Colin Ireland's stick, but Ireland lost a handle on it as he was hit. Now another feed inside. No one home that time. So Davis, who just scored a moment ago, able to get that one down the field quickly to Gavin Matthews, who also scored the other of the 2 Gators goals here in this second quarter, but that one gets past Matthews. And so the ball will be turned right back over to the Rebels. Quick shot. Keener up to the task. Good eyes on that one.
Nice save there by Keener.
And now it's Torin Rhea looking for a hat trick in this one. A bit of real estate to work with. Will he pass? Will he shoot? He does pull the trigger on that one. And a nice save and close. We haven't heard Santino Laporte's name called too many times. So, a few opportunities that he's had to make a stop, he simply hasn't. The Gators have been able to put them behind him. But Laporte, a big stop there to cut the bleeding, at least for the moment. So the Gators have put a couple goals on the board here to start clawing back into this one. Big question is, can the Gators continue to do it at the defensive end? Keener's come up with a couple big stops in the last couple minutes. And they've been able to generate a couple takeaways, have the Gators. Farnan circles, shoots that one well off the mark. So play stops now with 3:48 left on the clock here before halftime. That ball slipped loose, taken away, and now here comes Ryan Cruz. And he gets dumped along the sideline right in front of the Rebels bench. Legal hit. Cruz out of bounds. Rebels will take over. Strong defensive play after a turnover on their own offensive end. Nifty move, shot well off the mark. That one taken. Number 13 for the Rebels, Maurizio Asturi. Freshman, scored a goal in the first quarter. Asturi, another shot off the mark. Pass inside, that hit the back of a Gators player who loses it after succumbing to a bit of contact. That was Asher Austin, senior for this Gators squad. Shot, that one was tipped. Taken there by Asturi. At the last moment, getting a little bit of stick on that was Cruz. Adjusted the trajectory of that shot, made sure it didn't end up on net. Made sure the Gators stay within 6 here as we approach the final few minutes of the first half. Quick cut inside, and Keener, a really nice save, able to catch that one. Didn't have anyone blocking his vision on that one, no one screening him. It was able to get eyes on it. And now it's Gavin Matthews, who you can see invites the contact, no doubt. Whistle comes out, and a timeout is called by the Gators. They use that, use it or lose it. Final timeout with 1:51 left here in the first half.
How about a refreshment break?
Both teams will talk things over as we inch closer to halftime here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Both these teams looking for win number 1 on the season. In Section 1 and overall, Gators 0-7 on the season in section play, 0-9 overall. Seton LaSalle 0-6 in section contests, 0-8 overall. Potentially a couple more lacrosse players, maybe down the line, but got some folks taking advantage of a beautiful evening here east of Pittsburgh. And a nice crowd on hand for senior night here for the Gators, as their seniors were honored about a half hour before we got this one off and rolling. Always exciting to hear the ambitions players have for their post-high school plans, as well as the memories that they share and the things that were most formative to them in their time at Gateway High School. Just about ready to get back rolling here. Gators called the timeout with Gavin Matthews in possession of the ball. And that's where we'll start. Matthews just going to try and do it himself. Was able to do it earlier. Got the shot off. That one was blocked in front. We had an onslaught of goals from both of these teams in the first half of this second quarter. But over the last 5 minutes or so, that well has run dry, and neither team's been able to get on the board here. And so we have stayed stuck at 10-4. Rebels full head of steam. Jordan Tanner. This has been a place where he's done some damage in transition. Pass gets tipped, which slows the Rebels down at least momentarily, but a good look here. That one out of bounds. It'll be Gateway's ball with 54 seconds left. Is that one just a little off the mark? Brian Keener was ready for it. Busy first half for Keener. Junior for the Gators. Gators had it, but it's turned over. Unable to hang on to that one was Asher Austin. And Paul Farnan picked that one up. Now we get one more timeout. Seton LaSalle will use their use it or lose it timeout before the halftime break. Andrew Hamer, head coach for the Rebels, wants to talk things over here. Try and put one more on the board. 38 ticks before our halftime break, which at that point will be about a 10-minute break. So don't go too far. We will have full second half coverage here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. So we continue to wind down to the end of spring sports, and what a year it has been. We'll have some boys volleyball against Plum next Tuesday, May 5th. Then commencement on June 3rd. Graduation ceremony for Gateway seniors. Seems like just a couple days ago that we were getting ready and calling the first few football games of the fall. Soccer, girls volleyball, amongst others. And a full winter of basketball, swimming, wrestling. Gives way to spring sports like lacrosse and girls flag football. Boys volleyball. What a treat it is to bring all those different sports to the forefront here on GatewayGatorProductions.com, where you can find archived broadcasts as well as a schedule of upcoming productions as well. Clock stops with 28 seconds left before halftime. Rebels still with the ball, still looking for one more here in what's been a productive offensive first half. 10 goals. They're averaging just 4 throughout the season. Gators have also doubled their normal scoring output. We still have a whole second half to play. Will we see another goal here in the final 10 seconds? Pass in front, good look, and it is a goal. Rebels use almost every single second of that final minute and score with 4 seconds left. Finding the back of the net for the first time tonight is Tyler Kovalchik. So Kovalchik, the 5'6" junior, nets his first of the evening. Embrace from teammates on the sidelines. And in all likelihood, it'll be a 7-goal lead heading into the halftime break for the Rebels. On the road here against the Gators in a matchup of teams looking for their first win of the season.
That's the end of the first half.
Buzzer rings out. Zeros across the board. And we will head to halftime as we get treated to a beautiful sunset here on a beautiful evening for lacrosse here on senior night. Rebels got the better of the Gators in the first half. Both teams will take about 9.5 minutes to regroup. We'll see what the second half holds for these two squads as we return momentarily here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Halftime has come and gone, and we are ready to start the second half of play here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Sun has left us. We are fully under the lights now here on senior night. Antimarino Stadium. 11-4 your score was 5-2 after one. Seton LaSalle scored 6 in the second. Gators added 2 more. So it's a 7-point advantage as we resume play. And the Gators looking for their first win of the season, as are the Rebels. Teams will also switch sides. So the Gators offensively will now be going left to right on your screen as Princeton White takes a tumble. Would have been a delayed call. The Gators come up with it anyway. Pass off the mark looking for Ray. Not much on that one. And a goal for the Rebels. No one stopped ball, and so it was a clear path once again for Jordan Tanner.
Goal, Rebels.
See right there, no one stepping up. So Tanner had all the time and space in the world to pick his spot, get into his shot, and he executes, having himself a great night tonight for the Rebels, who pick up right where they left off after a high-scoring first half. Now have a dozen on the board for a team that, coming into this contest, only averaged a little north of 4 goals a game. White, another face-off win, and the Gators once again unable to get to the pass. Ball still loose. In the mix there for the Gators is Asher Austin. Whistle blows. Gators won the chase. And now clock will stop again. Second time's a charm, and we're back in action. The Gators trying to put something together here after surrendering a goal in the first minute to the Rebels. Unforced error there. Heading out of bounds for the Rebels was Paul Farnan. Gavin Matthews in pursuit defensively. He'll take over with the ball here. Matthews doing what he did in the first half, just trying to bowl over everyone. He's upended, but a flag comes out. And that one will be against the Rebels, and this will be likely the first man advantage opportunity for the Gators. Let's get the call. So it's an illegal body check against that young man right there, number 22, Adam McKinney. McKinney been the face-off adversary for Princeton White, who's done a bang-up job in the face-off circle tonight. Now the Gators will get a minute. Up a man. Can they cash in here? They'll get it to Matthews, who spins. Had that one stripped right at the last minute. Now just trying to shovel that one forward to Will McGee. But the Rebels come up with it, and now they'll get a chance to clear it here. Rebels had a couple man advantage opportunities in the first half due to a couple slashing penalties against the Gators. And it's the illegal body check against McKinney that now gives the Gators the opportunity, but it's Seton LaSalle on the offensive here. Slippery move there by number 13, Maurizio Asturi, who found the back of the net in the first half. Gators are able to get possession back, at least for the moment. Elijah Michelle. Will McGee had it. He has contact right on top of him. So it'll be Gateway ball as that one sort of just dumped the length of the field. Ball trails full way out of bounds, and it'll go back to Seton LaSalle now. They'll get it into the wicket of their netminder, Santino Laporte. Treshon Little in on the defensive play to help the Gators get that one back. Colin Ireland going to get it up toward midfield, and again, not a lot of real estate there. Ryan Cruz had that one jarred loose, and now it's a goal at the other end for Seton LaSalle. And for the second time tonight, it is Maurizio Asturi finding back of the net from a sharp angle. One a little bit low. Able to find the back of the net. Lead is now 9. We are in sort of that danger territory of the modified timekeeping. Should this one get more out of hand, we will start to see a running clock in this one. Gators trying to do their best to avoid that. They have the ball here. Looking for their first tally here of the second half, and that one stripped from Ray. It looks a little shaken up. A little bit of a limp from Ray after he had a couple sticks get in there and whack him to jar that ball loose. Keener able to scoop up a ball that was tapped out of the stick of an attacking player for Seton LaSalle. Gators can't come up with it after it's cleared. Ball still loose, finally scooped up off the turf by number 54, the Rebels, Jeremy Rose. Looked like there was a tie-up between a couple players there. Gators looking for a call. Asher Austin wanted the flag, didn't get it. We'll play on here. A little bit of chatter from both sides of the fandom here. As we definitely saw over the course of that second quarter, this game get a little chippier, a little more physical. Nothing that really went outside of the bounds of what you would expect to see in the game. There were certainly penalties called, but nothing egregious, and all that looked like attempts to try and make game-centered plays. Nice pass right to Ray. Ray leaves it off for Cruz, who can't come up with it. Takes a tumble. Good sportsmanship there, checking in on him. It's Jordan Tanner. Netminder came out and ran with the ball all the way up to about midfield and just sort of dumped that one. halfway through the third quarter now. Lead still stands at 9. Just one goal scored here, or 2 goals rather scored in this third quarter, both by the Rebels. Torin Rhea trying to reach out to get it without going offside. Just couldn't come up with it. Takes a little shove in the back, and now we will get a call. Rhea was able to gesture to the official who ended up making the call, and that one goes against number 27 on Seton LaSalle's side. We don't have that name on the roster we were provided by the school. A couple players get tangled up. It's going to be a hold against Seton LaSalle, which will give the ball back to the Gators, who have dug in here trying to keep this one at single digits. Ball chipped loose after Reed Davis was able to get through a couple defenders. Torin Rhea tries to slow down a player in transition for Seton LaSalle. And it's going to end up being a goal. Adam McKinney was able to get away from the pressure and score. Now a flag comes out after the conclusion of the play. As you see McKinney, the nice spin move there on Treshon Little. Looked like there might have been a little bit of a hit right as that shot was released. Perhaps that is the call. But we'll wait and get clarification from our officiating crew. So it's an illegal body check against the Gators. Guilty culprit is Colin Ireland. So it'll be 1 minute in the penalty box. Another man advantage opportunity for the Rebels, who now lead by 10. Rebels have been incredibly efficient, scoring on either their first or second shot on most of their man advantage opportunities, and this one will be no different, as it is the second shot that yields a goal for Will Lyons, who now has 3 in this contest. Lead now 11.
On that goal, Lyons.
And it's White and McKinney once again vying for the faceoff. Once again, White comes up with it. Took a little shove in the back there, and that is going to be a good call against the Rebels. Was that check on Princeton White? That hit came in on his back. That'll get called every time, and did, certainly in that instance. Pass gets past everyone this time. Gators will take over. Treshon Little stationed down there on defense. He will yield to Reed Davis, who will get the play started here for the Gators. That one tipped. Davis wasn't able to get that one downfield, so he's just going to take it himself. Davis certainly has a ton of speed. Was able to get it inside the 30-yard line, within 20 yards of the goal. Ran into a host of Rebels. Will McGee able to come up with it. A little back-and-forth game between him and Davis. Davis takes the shot. And the save is made. New netminder in for the Rebels. That is Nealon McAllister, a sophomore. Here come the Rebels. Full head of steam. It's Lyons again. Eventually leaves it up top for Mason Foster. And now Foster has it back with Tanner. Jordan Tanner has had himself quite a game tonight. Rebels trying to find something in the slot right in front of the net. Gators did a good job making sure that no one cutting to the net had that easy avenue, but right on cue, the Rebels do make that play work as a second surge there by Jordan Tanner catches the Gators off guard. And the lead is now 12, and we are officially into the modified timekeeping. Heading out now to face off against Princeton White is Jeremy Rose, who will now be taking face-off duties on. Another infraction against the Rebels off of the face-off, and once again the Gators will try and take advantage of that. Now if the Gators do start to pull back within this 12-goal deficit, the modified timekeeping will continue. That's not something that will stop for the duration of this contest. Nifty move there initially by Foster for Seton LaSalle. Tried to move that one forward to Lyons, but the pass was a little too strong, and now a player coming up just a little limp, at least for a second there. Jacob Hixon. Hixon appears to be fine. We'll play on, and we'll even get this play started back in play for the Rebels, who lose possession there, and then unable to pick it up. Saeed Ibrahim, defensive junior at 6'4". We'll get it to Gavin Matthews. Matthews' MO has been trying to just power his way through. He's a force to be reckoned with. He continues to move inside, takes the shot. That one's blocked before it got to the net. Great effort by Matthews. Take another look. Very nearly, just couldn't get enough on that shot. Now the other way. Off the mark, quick transition there for the Rebels. They're unable to get that one to go. Clock continues to wind. We get one last gasp here in all likelihood with 15 seconds before the quarter break. And another goal for the Rebels from a sharp angle, and that will be how we end the third quarter. As Maurizio Asturi, that's been his spot all night. Third one from generally that same spot. And that will extend the lead to 13. All Seton LaSalle in that third quarter as they score 6 unanswered goals to push their lead to 17-4. We'll all catch our breath here for the better part of a minute and a half before we head into the fourth and final frame here on GatewayGatorProductions.com.
On your out-of-town scoreboard down at PNC Park, in the top of the 8th, Pittsburgh 3, St. Louis 11.
Good shot of Andrew Hamer and his crew for Seton LaSalle, along with Dan Alexander, the head man for the Gateway Gators on the other side. Both coaches instructing their players and staff, getting things ready here. Start the fourth quarter of action here. There's no time on the clock. Clock operator is going to need to put time on the clock. Right now we are playing a game with 3 zeros on the scoreboard. There we go. Gavin Matthews with it once again. Pass intercepted, looking for Will McGee. That one taken away by Luca Asturi. Family affair for Seton LaSalle when it comes to the Asturis. Ball still loose. Neither team able to come up with it. In the vicinity is Colin Ireland for the Gators. Ireland, another senior for this Gators squad. He's able to help coax the Rebels out of bounds. The last holding on to it there was number 54, Seton LaSalle, Jeremy Rose. Will lead to the Gators coming up with possession here, and Will McGee has it. Was a player dumped. It's going to be a penalty upcoming against Seton LaSalle. Was taken to the turf hard was Asher Austin. Wasn't able to get that head around and just boom. But Asher turning away ends up making the call, an illegal check. Timeout going to be called by Gateway here, as the guilty culprit will be Liam McKinney. So that'll stop the clock with 10:31 left in this contest. Seton LaSalle well out in front on the way to their first win of the season. The Gators on their way to dropping to 0-10 on the season. Don't forget to tune in to boys volleyball next week, May 5th. One week from today, and then a little less than a month after that will be graduation here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Always an incredible day to celebrate not only the senior student athletes that we've gotten the chance to see throughout the entire academic year, but all of the students at Gateway High School who are eagerly awaiting the start of the next chapter of their lives. So congratulations to this year's senior class as they fight through the senioritis, and look forward to whatever lies ahead. Gators had too many players on the field. Now we are ready. Gators with a man advantage opportunity. After that man right there for the Gators was able to draw the penalty, Asher Austin. Rebels are able to take the ball away from the Gators. Now they'll clear this one. It might lead to a good opportunity here. Oh, they had an opportunity for the extra pass right in front of the net. Not sure how aggressive the Rebels want to be at this point with 17 on the board and a 13-goal lead. More than anything, the goal is probably just to keep the Gators away from the offensive side of the field. They're content to just keep the Gators tied up here, and now they'll come away with it. Will lead to an easy shot. That one, though, not a whole lot on it. So no real test there for Brian Keener in net for the Gateway Gators. Command's coming from the sideline to hold it. Again, the Rebels going to start slowing things down here. The clock continues to run. No real urgency. This one in hand. It's a quick spin and a shot. That one hits the side of the net. That's Lyons again. Does have 3 goals, but also has hit the side of the net 3 times in this contest. Another quick shot. Now the Rebels starting to put a few toward the net. That one misses everything, but the Rebels are able to run it down. Another loose ball and a hit. Going to be a foul against the Rebels. Now they'll try to get it to Will McGee. Had an opportunity to try and go one-on-one there, but he decides to get it up to Torin Rhea, who takes a shot from about 15 yards out. Misses the mark on that one. Gators and McGee able to track it down. They win the race to out of bounds, and so the Gators will keep the ball here with 7.5 to play. James Howard Alameen with the ball for a moment before a pass is intercepted. Now coming with a full head of steam is Mason Foster. Quick pass inside. That was a good-looking play right there, but unable to handle that pass in front of the net was Benedict Molesky. Ball stays with the Rebels. Another errant pass on the Rebels. We'll give the ball back to the Gators now. Still looking for their first tally after putting 4 on the board in the first half. 2 first-quarter goals by Torin Rhea. Gavin Matthews scored 1 in the second quarter. Not to be outdone moments later, so did Reed Davis. Another shot off the mark for the Gators, but they run out of bounds fastest, so they get the ball. Gators, a good chance inside, nearly putting that one in the back of the net was number 33 for the Gators, Jaden Joyner. Ray with another shot from well outside, and that one again well off the mark. Gators will maintain possession. They'll get it back to Joyner, but Joyner unable to corral the pass. Lead to a good shot, good opportunity at the other end, and an easy goal for the Rebels as Molesky finds the back of the net with just under 5 minutes to play for goal number 18 for the Rebels. Gators once again working to get players into positions to start play. Now in place and ready is Issa Al-Amin, another senior for the Gateway lacrosse team. See how aggressive the Rebels get here up 14 with both teams going to the bench, getting reserves into the action with this one well in hand. Seton LaSalle going to come away with their first win of the season. A high water mark in terms of offensive output as they put 18 goals on the board. Couple quick shots on net turned away by Brian Keener and company for the Gators. That'll be white ball here. Gators still looking to try and put one on the board here in the second half after they got some really great opportunities in half number one and took advantage of the overwhelming majority of them. Credit to the Rebels. They've buttoned things up as this game has gone on. The Gators have found it increasingly difficult to possess the ball or generate strong scoring opportunities, as to where in the first half they certainly had a few, especially in transition, that translated into some really nice goals. 2 from Torin Rhea, 1 from Gavin Matthews, and 1 from number 7, Reed Davis. Ball loose in front of the net. Colin Ireland trying to whack that one loose. It looks like he's going to get called for the foul. Just a little overzealous there was Ireland. As we dip below 2 minutes to play here in regulation on senior night. Take this time to thank our entire talented crew for tonight's broadcast as we get another whistle in close, and it'll be Gateway ball. Led by Adam Gusky, who's on camera tonight, in addition to his duties as executive producer. Lee Schaefer III, doing it all. And Lee Schaefer Jr., not to be outdone, our chief engineer. That's another Gateway Gator Productions in the book. What a great year it's been. This will be, I believe, the last time I'll be on the airwaves here until we start thinking about fall sports. So just want to quickly thank the administration, school board, superintendent, and certainly athletic director Don Hall for the opportunity to be involved with Gateway Athletics. Another fun year watching these incredible athletes, incredible stories unfold right before us here on your official streaming home of the Gateway Gators. And certainly we hope this is the first time you've tuned in with us, that you'll do it again. Likewise, if you've been a loyal viewer, we appreciate it. We appreciate you. It's always a joy to be able to do this. That'll do it for this one tonight. Gators fall here at home on senior night, 18-4 against Seton LaSalle. Fall to 0-10 on the season. Seton LaSalle now 1-9 on the campaign, notching their first victory as celebrations unfold on the left side of the field. And another tough break for the Gators tonight. Again, thank you to our entire talented crew, to everyone at Gateway School District that makes all of this possible. Congratulations to Seton LaSalle and Gateway on their seasons. That'll do it for us tonight. This has been a production of GatewayGatorProductions.com. 18-4 your final. Seton LaSalle comes out on top on senior night against the Gators. Have a great night, everyone. We'll talk to you soon.